Welcome back to Ratface44 Reviews. My name is James, and today we have G.I. Joe Classified Series, Cobra, Snow Serpent. So let's get this started! Alright, so before we open it up, we're going to take a look at the packaging. I was looking at it earlier, and it looks like he's hitting the slopes with his snowboard. You got Snow Job in the background, I believe. I don't know if you can see, that's a little blurry. Got the Snow Serpent with the wolf head. He has his kind of machine gun here, and a bazooka in a gray, I believe. It looks exactly the same. You got that kind of action going down the mountain here. And you got a nice piece of artwork of the Snow Serpent. You can see the teeth of the wolf. His kind of blue goggles there. You got the missile launcher. You got the Cobra symbol. You got all the accessories. This is a deluxe figure. Got all the accessories here. You got that wolf mane type thing. Got the mask, snowboard, and whatnot. We'll take a look at that later. So on the side here, you got the same artwork that's on the cover, but bigger, number 93 in the line. And on the back here, you see Snow Serpent right here, 6.4 inches tall, and a ton of accessories for this figure. You got some zoom in shots here, the side profile. You got the parachute, I believe. We'll have the vintage comparison later on in this video. Boring stuff on the bottom here. On the side, you got the UPC QR code, or whatever you want to call it. And that's about it. The same style as the other figures that are in the line so far. Alright, so let's open it up. I got my trusty scalpel here. One piece of tape at the bottom. There you go. There's Snow Serpent here. Looks pretty awesome. Got a ton of accessories in this large box. Ammo box, or whatever you want to call it. Very cool. Big Cobra symbol. Get these accessories out. So before we look at the figure, we're going to look at the accessories from smallest to biggest, like we always do on this channel. So first we have this magazine. We could go ahead and just put it in so I don't lose it. I'm just gonna pop it in there and leave it in there forever. And while we're at it, we might as well look at this type of machine gun, submachine gun thing. Pretty cool looking. Pretty plain. It has a scope on it. Has this kind of little thing at the end. I'm not sure what that is. Probably some sort of suppressor. Pretty cool. Next we have this other magazine, which will go into this type of machine gun AR type thing. The slots in there. It has like a kind of a rocket launcher on the bottom, I'm guessing. It's really small compared to, I don't know, Valiverse weapons. So on the stock here, it has this kind of extra piece on the back. Let me know in the comment section down below what that is. It has a handle here. Not much detail in this. A little underwhelming. It looks kind of futuristic. It looks loosely based on a realistic weapon. Next we have this little knife. Pretty plain, straight blade. Kind of has a little bit of ridging on the handle. And next, Snow Serpent comes with the two sidearms, which are exactly the same. I'm not sure. I think this is the first time these are used in the line. Not too much detail on it. A little bit of little details on the top here. Pretty cool. So the next weapon we have here is a rocket launcher. We all have seen this before with Bazooka. It's the exact same rocket launcher as Bazooka, but in black, and it has a white kind of cushion here on the side. And on this side too. And it looks like there is a little bit of paint difference here also. It has a blue strap. And the rocket launcher comes with these exact gray rockets as before, 4 of them. And also comes with this backpack, which is the same thing as bazooka. You could put the rockets right here. We might as well load it up while we have it in hand. Fits nicely. Has kind of a gray paint application. It's a pouch. You can see the details of the buckles. We all have seen this. Also, I may have forgotten before in the bazooka review, the second one I believe, that you could hook on the rocket launcher on the bottom of the backpack. And we have these snowshoes. First time seeing these. Probably going to be coming with Snow Job, I believe. I haven't got it in hand yet. Pretty cool. Has foot pegs. Has a little bit of a detail on the bottom, like it's some sort of grips, I guess. Looks pretty cool. Some detail on the top. This seems really cool. It has like a cobra symbol on the top of the snowboard. It looks like a real modern snowboard, except for it doesn't have any slight nose and tail on it here. Doesn't really, it kind of bends a little bit. Check that out. I would probably design it a little bit differently, but really cool that there's a print of the cobra symbol. Oh, I didn't even notice this before. Check that out. There's a print on the bottom. Very cool. Check that out. It's like digital camo. And you have this emblem in the middle. Looks pretty freaking cool. It's hard to make out, but it looks cool. It's like two different print. You got some dark gray and you got this kind of white cubes on here. Really neat. And this is really cool. It's like a wolf headdress. Got some really cool white paint detail on his teeth. They got the gum line. A nice black type of paint work on the top. He has black little beady eyes. And you got some nice detail on the back. Nice sculpt. It really looks like a wolf head. And the paws there. No paint on the paws, just a little bit of black detail here. This was gonna look cool. I was a little bit skeptical of what this is gonna look like. We'll take a look in just a moment. With all these accessories, holy moly. This is kind of done in this gray plastic. Looks like there is some sort of black spray on the bottom of it, and on the top it's darker at the top. It's kind of a thing you see in Game of Thrones. Very cool. There's a little peg here that plugs in the back. So lastly, Snow Serpent has these goggles. It has like a blue kind of shiny detail on the lens, made of this black rubbery plastic that kind of fits around the head. So let's take a closer look at Snow Serpent here. Overall, it looks really awesome. I'll go into my pet peeves in just a moment. I'll go for the positive stuff right now. Overall, great looking figure. There's not much paint on here that I can see. A lot of just colored plastic, but it really does contrast very, very well. Let's go from top to bottom like we usually do. From the head, great head sculpt. He has this mask over his mouth. He has some smaller kind of snow shades type deal. The head kind of has this rigid sculpt on it. He has this gray kind of earpiece that kind of goes all the way to the back of the head. He has some fur here that's kind of has this wash over it, some dark wash, so at least that breaks up the white grayish color. He has this nice Snow Serpent tampo, which is the same one that's on the bottom of the snowboard, which is really cool. I like that. I really like that consistency. He has a cobra emblem on his bicep right here. He has this type of parachute, just like the old school. We'll have a comparison very soon. I believe this is non-removable, unfortunately. This type of shoulder fur here does not come off. It's too bad you can't take that off like the vintage one. As we move down, you can see on his arms he has that same type of fur, like on his shoulders. Has a sculpted in pocket. He has this line detail right here. At the wrist and hands, you see the fur continues and a little bit of wash on his hand. He has these blue type of gloves. He has a blue belt with a black belt buckle, and he has this kind of plastic type of diaper that goes over the hinges. Well, he has these molded in straps that go down, and on his legs they're just plain gray plastic with the holster for his weapon. For the knife, those are for both his sidearms, so that's pretty cool. Sculpted in pockets. And we move down, he has this pocket and these kind of bluish, dark blue boots with a... Surprising there was a boot cut here. I won't go into too much articulation with this figure. He doesn't have this ab crunch thing, right? It's kind of like a diaphragm, sort of like on what Bazooka has. So let's take a look at the articulation, some of the differences like I was talking about. It has this kind of ab crunch diaphragm thing. It kind of doesn't crunch too much because of this parachute that's in the way, but that's fine. That's about it. Like I was saying about the boot cut, that's really low. That's fine because he has snow pants, so it doesn't ruin the sculpt. So let's go ahead and gear him up. So like I was saying, there was a ton of accessories with this figure. Holy smokes. Like, they try to justify the price with the amount of accessories, which is okay. Some reuse, but, you know, what can we do, you know? It's Hasbro. Alright, so let's start from the bottom. I think snowshoes would be appropriate to put on first since it'll help it to stand. There might be a left and right on these snowshoes. I'm not really sure which way they go. I can't see an R and an L on these guys. I'm fairly certain it should go this way. So let's go ahead and try them on. Fits in the peg hole. It's an actual kind of figure stand. That's pretty cool. That's what I like about the vintage one. Helps it stand up. So it fits pretty well. Let's try the snowboard. Just get this out of the way. So he rides. I'm not sure if he rides goofy or regular. It's really hard to say. So that's pretty cool. Fits on really well. Check that out. So let's just put the snowshoes back on. So since I think I'm going to leave it like this by default. I'm getting an extra one in the future for sure, so I can have a different configuration. Next, let's go ahead and put on his kind of cape wolf thing. It's a cape, but it's made of wolf skin. That's all I'm saying right now. Plug that in the back, see how that works. Nice contrast with the dark gray with the really kind of whitish gray outfit Snow Serpent has. See how that plugs in. Fits in pretty well. Doesn't fall off. Except for the snowshoe that just fell off right now. There you go. Maybe it wasn't pegged in properly. So check that out so far. Let's see if he stands. He's a little top heavy because it's a really heavy type of plastic they use for his cape. See, fell over. I just need to position him a little bit better. Let him lean over. There you go. Alright, so let's go ahead and put his wolf headdress on just to see how that looks like. That looks terrifying. Check that out. Holy crap. Let's see how the head fits in here. Since it has like a double neck ball joint thing. Gonna have to position his head a little bit better. Ah, it's freaking crazy. He looks freaking nuts. This guy would be terrifying going down the slopes. Camouflaged right into with the snow. That is crazy. And he falls over. I'm not sure if I want to display him with that. Probably I will. I'm not really too sure. That's why I'm getting a second in the future. So the backpack just fits right on. It fits a little bit better than the cape. The cape is the peg on the cape is a little bit rubbery. So it's a little bit tricky to get it in, and it doesn't really stay in very well. But it'll stay in. It's just a little tricky. Let's see how his goggles fit on his head. So he's wearing 2 sets of goggles. It's a little strange, but you don't have to know that when you put the goggles on. That looks pretty cool. I like that. Gives it a different color contrast. Matches with the parachute. I think I'm gonna display him like this. The second one I'll probably put the wolf outfit on. So the bazooka is not made for him, so we might have a little bit of difficulty arming him with this. So let's see how it fits in his hand. The strap here is definitely in the way. I would probably do it this way, put the strap on the outside. It's definitely a pain in the butt. I give up putting it on, so so let's go ahead and put his sidearms in here, and they'll stay in the holsters forever. I'll have some glamour shots at the end of the video, but yeah, we all know that the rockets fit in there. Like, take a look at my bazookas reviews, both bazookas. And I almost forgot about his little knife. I'm not sure exactly where that goes. Let me know in the comment section down below where the tiny little knife goes, because I don't see a spot to put it. This is really weird. Maybe I'm blind. So I don't see a sheath for the knife anywhere on his body. There we go. We got the submachine gun in his hand, and I'm gonna go ahead and put in his laser blaster in the hand. His elbow is freaking tight. Wow. I got all the vintage snow serpents all displayed out here, so let's go ahead and do a comparison. Unfortunately, I don't have all the accessories for snow serpent here, but we can take a look at overall the color scheme of both figures are very, very similar. Like I was saying in past videos, that, you know, the vintage ones are always a little bit brighter. Of course, these were made for kids. Just by the face, you could tell the difference. I know this one's a little scuffy. We'll go down by the feet, and you could see the snowshoes. The snowshoes for the classified are modern, and these are kind of like old-timey type of snowshoes. So both have a parachute. The vintage one is a little bit more bulkier, and this one's more kind of slimmed down. The blue goggles match up pretty well, and you can see the straps for the parachute on the vintage and the snow serpent are the same, in the same position. This one has another tampo. Vintage one does not. They both have cobra symbols. The hands have more details on the classified, hands down for sure. But that's really cool. It's a definite homage to the vintage snow serpent, and that word comes up a lot with classifieds. So overall, I really like this figure. It is freaking cool. I can't wait to get one more. Pet peeves, I think he has His feet are a little too small, but the snowshoes kind of make up for the small feet. Second pet peeve, this tiny little knife. There is no sheath for the knife, like I mentioned during the review. I don't understand why we have that knife. Let me know in the comment section down below whether, you know, I missed something or whatnot. So if you like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And stay tuned. I'll have more G.I. Joe Classified series reviews and vintage comparisons in the future. So stay tuned. Yo Joe and Cobra!